Hey guys, Kirsten with Overmatch here. We're going to talk today about safety regarding road rage. It is a growing problem in our communities around the country, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. People are out of control, losing their minds over nothing. What? Someone cut you off? Is it really worth it? What's the best thing we can do? Always avoid if we can. Let's avoid the situation. Don't let your ego get involved. It's not worth it. It's not worth the headache of what could happen if it does turn violent. So there are some safety things we can go over. I'm going to show you a little video real quick about a pretty bad one that turned violent, and let's talk about what we can do with it.
Another car. That fender bender quickly escalated to violence. A father and son pummeled in a Queens neighborhood moments after this seemingly minor car crash.
I need bread. Go in your pocket, start thinking.
The man in the yellow sweatshirt is livid.
Pay for my fixes, bro. Let's go, man.
After his car was clipped Saturday night here in Jackson Heights.
This is an accident. Accidents do happen. Calm down.
Watched his father fall.
Immediately he hit me.
One right hook. Mohi's son Adele watched his father fall to the ground here on 70th Street.
And then I've never seen my dad knocked out and put in such a humiliating way like this.
This road rage incident, there was obviously a collision. We have a duty to report that, right? You need to be able to wait for the police to get there and do the report and all of that. However, if someone is turning violent, they're very aggressive. They are getting in your face. They're screaming, cussing, yelling, as the subject was to these individuals. You do not have to stay in that location if you do not feel safe. It is completely reasonable to be on the phone with 911 and tell them, hey, this guy is starting to get super aggravated. I am afraid he's going to use some kind of physical force, or, possibly he has a weapon, whatever the situation may be, and tell them, I'm going to pull down 2 streets down, or, maybe it's a convenience store that you see, or something where you feel you have enough distance that they can't interfere with you, but you can also still report the situation like you legally need to. So just because a collision happens doesn't mean you have to wait to get punched in the face before you can do something to protect yourself or your loved one. If the collision is not involved and it's just a matter of you cutting somebody off by accident, or maybe it was purposefully, if that happens and you're still driving, the last thing you want to do is go to your place of residence, your place of business, or anywhere where you frequent, because the last thing you want is for them to know where you go, where your children go, etc. So if someone continuously follows you and they are obviously not going to stop until you stop, best thing to do, call 911 and then drive to a police department or something like that where you can be safe and wait for responding officers. Another thing to consider when it comes to road rage, don't be the instigator. Again, it's not worth it. And it really hurts your right to self-defense if you instigated something, whether that was verbally or physically. Read between the lines, right? If you do things like that, that does not help your case if you do have to use force later to protect yourself or a loved one. So keep your cool, as hard as it can be sometimes, I understand, but keep your cool, keep calm, and don't let your ego get involved. It is not worth it. The more calm and collected you are, the more likely you'll be able to de-escalate a situation, which is always best, right? Let's avoid it and not even get to the point where there's actually some kind of face-to-face interaction. But it also, most importantly, helps you in a self-defense case where you do have to use some kind of force to protect yourself. If you used any kind of aggressive behavior, aggressive words, or mannerisms, that doesn't help you, right? It doesn't look good, and perception is everything these days, right? That's a lot to do with, as we've seen, these self-defense cases that are coming down. So when it comes to road rage, remember, it's not worth it. Keep your ego out of it. Get home safely. Don't let bad guys know where you live or work, and stay safe out there.